to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. You know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Man, what a great night of fights last night. First thing I gotta say, and I'm talking about MMA, by the way, not boxing. I heard the fight was good, but I also heard it was some bull crap. I watched the video with Teddy. This is talking about Canelo Triple G real fast. I heard Teddy Atlas versus Stephen A. They were going off. Teddy Atlas was going off, saying that the fight was corrupt and all that type of stuff. And he said it's bull crap. And Stephen A. Smith was saying that the judge needed fired. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a boxing guy. So, but at least it was a good fight, right? And people who watched the fights. They were happy with the fights. That's all you can ask for. You were entertained. I mean, you might not enjoy the decision, but guess what? Now you get a rematch, right? That means you get to see another great fight. So stop the fucking complaining, I guess. But let's get to the fucking real fighting, not the boxing. Let's get to the real fighting, the MMA fights, man. Great night of fights from the very beginning. This is just going to be a whole UFC Fight Night Rockhold vs. Branch recap. Because, man, there's so much stuff that happened. I don't even really... It would take a lot of time just doing fucking 10 separate videos on the results. I mean, we already did the result of the fight, but I mean, after the fights, what does it mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff that happened last night. So let's just do one big ass video, right? And guess what? You probably already know this, but if you don't, went 6-0 with my predictions. I'm just saying, you know. I gotta say that for Trolley Perkins, some of the trolls in the comments. You don't know shit about MMA. Put some fucking respect on my predictions, clown shoes. Anyway, so we started the fight off. I missed the very first fight of the prelims because I wasn't in yet. But once I got in, man, I watched the Uriah Hall Krzysztof Joko fight. That was a fucking great fight, man. Uriah Hall, he survived round one. It looked like he had a little bit of ring rust or something, but he came through and got a big knockout in round two. He got the fight, I think it was fight of the night bonus. I know he got $50,000. I don't think it was knockout of the night. I think that went to Mike Perry. But he got a $50,000 bonus for his performance. Uriah Hall, man. It was a good fight for him. Good to see him get back to the winning ways. He was on a 3-fight losing streak. One of those losses being a rematch to Gegard Mousasi. But Gegard Mousasi's the fucking GOAT. Let's go. He should be fighting in Bellator soon. But anyways, Uriah Hall got a big win. Then we went up to some heavyweights. Daniel Spitz versus Anthony Hamilton, 24-second win. By the time I made my Uriah Hall video, Daniel Spitz had already won, and you could watch the entire fucking fight in the fight cam replay because it was only 24 seconds. They both threw huge rights at each other. Daniel Spitz head moved out of the way, but Anthony Hamilton's head, his temple got connected with by Daniel Spitz right, took him down. Some people said it was a little bit of an early stoppage, but I mean, it was a 24-second victory. I mean, and then he called out Chase Sherman. Who accepted the Gift King. You know, Chase Sherman, he's a interesting heavyweight, man. He's very interesting on Twitter, man. He's doing a lot of good things. He puts up a bunch of funny gifs and shit. It's hella funny, and that's how he accepted this fight. He posted a gif accepting the fight, like, I accept. So that fight might happen in Detroit. That's where Daniel Spitz said, I want to fight in Detroit. That'd be UFC 218. So yeah, that'll be a good fight coming up. Called a guy out with the mic. The guy accepted. That's good to see. Then we had Olivier Aubin-Mercier. He started quick and survived late versus Tony Martin Rally. He won the first 2 rounds, but then Tony Martin, man, the third round was really, even though OAM at the end of the fight said he thought it was over in the 3rd round. Tony Martin took his back, man. He was trying to get the finish, but he lost the first 2 rounds, so it was kind of like, damn, he's got to get the finish here or he might lose the decision. And then I think it ended up being a split decision, but I'm pretty sure it was. But Olivier Aubin-Mercier, aka OAM, pulled out the W. It was a good fight, really good fight. And then we had, who was next? I believe it was after OAM and the Gregor Gillespie fight, or no? Let me see. The Gregor Gillespie fight, man. I had to go pick up my brother's girlfriend from fucking work. Because my car don't got no tags, my brother, so his license, he got fucking pulled over or something, so he has to fucking get his license back. So if he gets pulled over and then it's not good. So I had to drive, even though if I get pulled over, it's not good. But still, I got a license, so I would still be better. So with that being said, I had to go fucking pick somebody up from work, so I missed 2 fights, and that happened to be the Gregor Gillespie fight. And fucking Gregor, that was like, they said fight of the night, and I missed it, but I did see the finish. Gregor Gillespie got a nice arm triangle choke from the mount, man. I didn't see the beginning of the fight, but they said it was a barn burner, so I do want to go back and watch it. That's why I didn't get a video on it, because I didn't even see the fight. So, but I heard it was a great performance by Gregor Gillespie, and I think it's funny his name is Gregor. Get it? Conor McGregor. You know, that's got to have some rub, right? You got to get a little bit of something off of that. So he's also undefeated. I believe he's 9-0 or 10-0 now, man. It was a good performance by Gregor Gillespie. The other fights of the night, we had Kamaru Usman. He melted Sergio Reyes at UFC Pittsburgh, man. He fucking made him do a somersault. That shit was crazy. Knocked him out. Dude fell back, did a somersault. Big win for Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman's a dominant force. That's what he is. Savage. Dominant force. His last 4 wins were decisions. Before that, he was on a finishing spree. But once he got to the UFC, that makes him 5-0 in the UFC, if I'm remembering correctly. 4 of those were decisions, but they were dominant decisions. They were scoring more takedowns, completely outstriking you, and then now he's coming through with a big finish at UFC Pittsburgh. Kamaru Usman, I can't wait to see him in his next fight versus a top contender. He's been calling guys out, and they usually don't take the fight, and man, you can probably see why. He looks like a fucking beast in there. Let's go, Kamaru Usman. I'm looking forward to his next fight. Oh yeah, and that was before the Gregor Gillespie fight, but that was still a good fight. We had also before that Justin Ledet. He fought. It was a split decision versus Big Zoo, man. Zoo on 1U or whatever. He came from Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. I remember that Big Zoo from coming from there. He didn't get the contract on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, but he came and fought on short notice versus Justin Ledet. Justin Ledet's original opponent, like Sanovsky, he pulled out, so he was replaced by Big Zoo. Big Zoo got called up to the UFC. And man, it was an impressive debut, even though I feel like it was a split decision, and I feel like it should have been a unanimous decision for Justin Ledet. It's like his hard work and like the fact that he came on short notice and still showed his heart earned him the split decision. Even though you could probably say that it could have been unanimous. Either way, the right person won the fight. And Big Zoo came out there, and I was kind of proud of Big Zoo, watching him from Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Like, let's fucking go. So that was a good fight too, man. It was all good fights tonight. So we had Justin Ledet, Kamaru Usman, Gregor Gillespie. Then we had fucking Anthony Smith versus Hector Lombard. Another great fight. Hector Lombard was looking good for the really for the first 2 rounds. Well, the first round for sure, and the beginning of the second round. Hector Lombard, man, he was doing really good. He was winning the fight. He was finding his, because he was a lot shorter in here, so he was still connecting. He was eating up Anthony Smith's legs, so it was looking like Anthony Smith was gonna have problems throughout the fight. But then Anthony Smith, he started hyping himself up. You know my name now. You know my name now, don't you, Hector? Don't you? Kind of like Jason Knight. And fucking, he ended up taking over, man. I think he edged out the end of the second round. I don't know if he actually won the second round. It would have been interesting to see how the judges scored the fight. But in the third round, he came through and got a big finish over Hector Lombard, scored a big knockout. And that was good to see, because he was the underdog going into that fight. And even though that was the only underdog, I think I actually picked up my prediction. So that's what made me go 6-0. See, I'm happy with it anyways. But Anthony Smith, it was good to see him come out there. And man, but Hector Lombard, damn, he was looking good, which sucks because now he's like four fight losing streak, man. 5 fight. He's on a pretty bad losing streak right now. And I don't know. It looked like he was about to get a much needed W, and then he lost. So it's not good for Hector Lombard, but big win for Anthony Smith. And then we go to the co-main event, Mike Perry versus Alex Reyes. Whew. Damn, man, I almost missed that fight. You don't look for 1 second, you missed the fight, man. You catch these fights on the replays because these fucking big knockouts coming through, these fast knockouts. But Mike Perry came through. He got a big knockout over short notice replacement Alex Reyes. He was supposed to fight Thiago Alves, who had to pull out of the fight due to staying with his family for Hurricane Irma. So Mike Perry, though, he said he thinks Thiago Alves was scared. He said he's tried to pull out of the fight multiple times, and Mike Perry wasn't too thrilled with his opponent pulling out. Still came through, got a big knockout over short notice opponent Alex Reyes. The thing about Alex Reyes, I think he's a natural lightweight, but since it was short notice, he wasn't really able to cut weight, so he fought at 170, and it was his first fight in the UFC. So, I mean, he got smoked, but I mean, well, you're going against a fucking knockout artist, a weight knockout artist, and you're fighting him on super short notice. So, I mean, I guess he was just in there for the experience or something, but whew, he got knocked out by Mike Perry. Mike Perry did the fucking crazy ass chicken dance afterward, which was pretty funny. Mike Perry's my fucking dude, man. Looking forward to his next fight. He called out Robbie Lawler after the fight. He said, "Everybody wants to see me knock out Robbie Lawler." Hey, that's a smart call out, man. You know, I don't know if Robbie Lawler wants that kind of fight, though, because if Robbie Lawler wants to fight a fucking knockout artist, he can fight. Or if he wants to fight somebody that's going to be trying to knock him out, he probably should just take his title shot, right? I mean, Mike Perry doesn't have like the wrestling threat of Tyron Woodley, but Robbie Lawler could have had a fight with Tyron Woodley. If you're gonna fight someone like Mike Perry with the threat of knocking your ass out like Tyron Woodley did, you might as well just get that title shot. If not, Mike Perry's trying to make his name off of Robbie Lawler, boy. He wants to put him down. I mean, I must say, it would be a hell of a fight. I would fucking, holy crap. They need to put that on a pay-per-view because that's worth money. Robbie Lawler, Mike Perry, you fucking nuts. I hope they make that fight, but I'm just curious to see Robbie Lawler's response. That's what I'll be waiting for, Robbie Lawler's response, or is he gonna act like he didn't hear it? I'm sure he's gonna hear it because Mike Perry's, man, he's got some fans. You know, he's a fan favorite, a knockout artist. That's what happens. You come in there, you're entertaining, you call people out. You know, I don't know. I like Mike Perry. I've been a huge fan of Mike Perry. I've been on the Mike Perry bandwagon. So welcome aboard if you're new. And then we had the main event: Luke Rockhold versus David Branch. Wow. All these great fights. Man, I was scared. In the first round. I was scared for Luke Rockhold. David Branch was putting that fucking pressure on him. He threw like an 8-punch combo and connected with 4 or 5 of them on Luke Rockhold's chin. Woo! He motherfucking 8-1. Mike Bisping must have just hit him right on the spot because he ate those. Luke Rockhold ate those, yo. And then he ate a couple more. And I was like, damn, he's going to go down any minute. That's Luke Rockhold. He ain't got no chin, right? According to Michael Bisping, what? But no, he ate those, and then he survived, and it was like, oh shit, since he survived that means David Branch might gas in this fight. That means if he can survive round 2, he's probably going to definitely win the fight. I was thinking for Luke Rockhold. But man, he came through in fucking round 2 and just finished the fight. He made David Branch tap the strikes, and damn, a lot of fighters were calling him a sissy and shit for tapping the strikes. I'm not. You got me fucked up. I'm not a fighter, so I completely understand tapping the strikes. But if you're a fighter, some people call that sissy shit. But he was in a position to where he couldn't get up. He couldn't just lay there and take shots. The ref was saying, work. He's like, God. And he just took a fucking shot damn near behind the head or to the ear. And it was like, damn, I gotta move. I can't just lay here and take another one of those. So he had to start trying to defend himself. And so he tried, and then he was just eating big shots. And it was like the ref wasn't stopping it. And there was no getting up. Luke Rockhold had him mounted so thorough. It was insane. So all he could do was just get punched in the fucking head, man. And that's the time where you're preventing brain injuries, where you tap the strikes right there. Like David Branch, literally, if he takes shots to the back of the head or to the ear until he goes out, fuck that. That's brain. That's just taking damage. The ref either has to stop the fight because he sees you ain't getting out, or you gotta tap the strikes, or you just gotta fucking lay there and get your fucking egg scrambled. I mean, he chose to tap the strikes. I'm not a fighter. I would have tapped the strikes. So I understand. But I'm not a fighter, so if you're a fighter and you David Branch is a sissy for tapping to those strikes, more power to you. I don't give a damn what you call him. I'm just not going to say that because he was getting his fucking egg scrambled. And this fight had a lot of heat going into it. They talked a lot of trash, so it was good to see Luke Rockhold come in, be able to eat those fucking knuckle sandwiches for breakfast, and then finish the fight for lunch. So, Mikey's over cracking up. All right, so that was the UFC fight night. Luke Rockhold, oh yeah, he grabbed the mic. He sent a chilling message to GSP. He said, you know you don't belong here. You're gonna get crushed by Bisping. You don't belong. Fucking back out while you still can. Let me have my fight. You know that's my fight. Woo. Sending words to GSP. So maybe even if GSP wins after they defend versus Robert Whittaker, Luke Rockhold can come in and get his title, try and get his title back. Because the way he did David Branch tonight was very impressive. David Branch still in that first round showed he's a little bit of a force to be reckoned with, even though he wasn't able to knock Luke Rockhold out with that combo. He still had Luke Rockhold, you know, everybody on notice, like, oh shit, what's about to happen? But Luke Rockhold came out like a former champion and got the job done. So that was UFC Fight Night 116 versus Pittsburgh. Canelo versus Triple G. I heard it was a good fight. I didn't watch it. I don't think I'm going to go back and watch it. I mean, it came to a split. I'm sure it's going to happen again. Hopefully when the fight happens again, it won't be on the same night as a UFC fight card, so I can actually watch it. Maybe, you know, they'll do that. And man, if you haven't seen that Teddy Atlas versus Stephen A. Smith talking about Canelo versus Triple G, Teddy Atlas was passionate as hell. Boy, you watching that like, damn, man. This is a guy that loves boxing, and you know he feels cheated. That's fucked up, but it was really good, man. So check that out if you haven't. Teddy Atlas, Stephen A. Smith, they were going at it about Canelo Triple G. Stephen A. Smith was saying, man, it was a good fight. So you know, whatever happens, there's going to be another fight. Maybe we'll get a decisive decision, which is what everybody wanted. But either way, we got a great fight. So if you're a boxing fan, at least you got an entertaining fight. Somebody tell me how the undercard went. Was that entertaining, or was it kind of like Mayweather? I guess you guys said the Mayweather-McGregor undercard was entertaining too. I'm just not a boxing guy. So UFC Fight Night Pittsburgh, though, one of the best cards of the year as far as entertainment value. Watching the fight, start to finish, to the bottom, just complete, and it was free. Holy crap, completely delivered. I mean, you can either watch this for free or pay $60 for whatever. This has got to be the best value, though, in my opinion. So with that being said, it is what it is. I think I'm gonna go live today. You know what? It's 10:15 a.m. right now. I'll probably go live at 11:30 a.m. I guess I want to go live before football starts. That probably makes sense, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. So yeah, I'll probably go live today because it's Sunday, and we said we were gonna do that every Sunday. So on Full-Time MMA 2, if you haven't subscribed there, you can check out that channel. That's where I go live from. You can't go live from this channel because I got fucking flagged by a triggered troll. Man, we're not gonna talk about that guy. Hashtag fuck trollbuster. But it is what it is, man. Let me know what the fuck you tell me in the comments. Dude, I'm gonna go get some fucking brunch, and then I'm gonna go live after I fucking get ready. So it is what it is. I'm out. Fuck your time, man. 6-0 with my predictions. Fucking put some respect on. I gotta talk about that, dude. What the fuck your time, man? I was about to get out of here, but fuck your time, man. I went 6-0 with my predictions. I think they call that a parlay or some shit. I ain't never been to Vegas or no crazy shit like that, cause I'm a young broke boy. But motherfucker, I'm on the way, and once I get there, I'm taking off on y'all with these predictions. So motherfucker, shout out to the dude in the comments who said he won some money off my predictions. I'm telling y'all, fuck with the boy. I'm gonna get you rich out. What the fuck you mean? 6-0, baby boy. That's my second fucking pristine. I went on the Holly Holm night, I went 4-0. Tonight I went 6-0. I've never had a fucking prediction night where I was under 50%. So put some fucking respect on my predictions. And the next time I put some predictions out, which is gonna be soon, that's another thing I talk about real fast, because UFC Japan main event, we had Shogun pull out. Okami's replacing him. So it's gonna be Ovent St. Preux versus Okami. I gotta do the motherfucking knowledge like I do with my predictions. And once I put them out, put some fucking respect on them, because I'm probably gonna go 6-0 again. I might not. That shit was tight though. So I'm out. Let them know what the fuck you tell me in the comments, dude.